Ladies and gentlemen, thems and zems alike, I am Dell, and I'm back with another episode of Dech Teck. Show where I kind of go through one of my decks and kind of talk about, show it off, and give you an idea what my idea was. Picking up some of the mess falling off in the corner here. Golly. Kind of go off what my idea was, my plan for the deck. You can see in the background, I'm shooting this after my Secret Lair fiasco. I'm not sure if I uploaded it, but check that out. And you'll be able to see that this is going to age a little bit because I do plan on vamping this deck a little bit. You'll see some cards are unsigned currently because I have an event coming up. But not too much is going to change a card here or there. And of course, when I change it enough, I'm going to make another update video. I like showing these off. I don't know if you guys enjoy it, but I like doing them. Today, we're going over one of my favorite archetypes, lifegain. Specifically Soul Sisters, J. Rose's favorite. Today I'm going to talk about my Gaffer deck. I love the little creepy man art. Little lore fact, this is Samwise Gamgee's dad, and he's one of the people in the books that kind of helped the Shire fight back against the Nazgul and some of the orcs. And just an all-around badass for being a little creepy old man. The art, when I saw it, kind of looks like the guy from the Ernest movies. It's always hanging out with Roy Clark. Can't remember the guy's name, but it just looks like one of those dudes you know growing up, like your pappy or maybe like one of your old uncles. I don't know. African Italians, I have some old relatives. I kind of have a glare on there. I wonder if I can set it a little better. Oh, it's the light behind me. If I turn it, that's better. Let's get to it. So I kind of have it split up. I don't have it split up too great. And like I said, it's a Soul Sisters deck, so I have the little Soul Sister packet on top. Mono white, life gain. And I guess before we move on, being if each end step, if I gain 3 or more life, I get to draw a card. So about drawing cards, building up my little board state, and eventually casting a big honking thing to hopefully end the game. Oh man, big yawn. Excuse me. So Suture Priest, the first card. That creature enters battlefield under my control. I gain a life. Under opponent's control, you may have that player lose a life. So it's all about keeping up with triggers, and at a certain point I just play it like, hey, this is what's happening. I'm not going to announce it every time, but I am going to point at you whenever stuff enters to have you lose, because that is a may. It is not a must, it is a may. So I have to catch it. And a lot of times people play stuff, especially in casual, where it's like, hey, what are you doing over there? How many creatures you got coming in? That kind of stuff. So there is a bit of upkeep, keeping up with that. And, I've been playing it for a long time, and I have a couple commander decks that kind of have that sub-theme, but this one's the biggest one. Moving on, Daxos, Blessed by the Sun, has toughness equal to devotion white. When a creature I control enters the battlefield or dies, I gain life. Aryak Champion, my waifu from back in the day, protection from black and red. Another creature comes into play, I gain a life. Core Firewalker, when a creature casts a red spell, gain life, has pro red. This does actually a decent amount of work. Assigned to Soul's Attendant, another creature enters the battlefield, gain a life. Distinguished Conjurer, another creature enters the battlefield, gain a life. Then has the ability where you can exile something and return it. Soul Warden, also signed. Another creature enters the battlefield, gain a life. This is where the little nickname of Soul Sisters come from. Soul's Warden, Soul Warden. Soul's Attendant, Soul Warden. That's one of my favorite to play. Used to play it back in Modern. Like I said, a couple of commander decks kind of like it. Dauntless Bodyguard. This begins my little protection thing, so when I get my big guys out, or even protect a Gaffer over there, it's like a little protection packet here. Dauntless Bodyguard can protect someone else by sacrificing it. Resolute Watchdog, same thing. You make something indestructible to a turn. Selfless Savior. I might switch it out for the promo one, or this promo for the Secret Lair one, because I think this art's adorable. Sacrifice it, make something protection. Selfless Spirit, same thing. Again, I might be meeting this artist soon, so I get their autograph. I like getting the card signed. Alms Collector. Now we're on to the card draw. This helps me draw some more cards. Yes Man. If I ever get to meet Dave Foley, I kind of want to get him to sign this. I don't know if he would. But Pretty sure he's the voice of Yes Man. Double check before I ask him to, but has the ability where target opponent gains control of it, and then they can draw 2 cards, put a quest counter into it. When it leaves the battlefield, its owner creates a tapped 1/1 token, for each counter on it. So your opponents can keep it, can use the tap, give it to somebody else, make him stronger, and then when he finally dies, I get a bunch of tokens. Or they just kill it the first time I get 1 token, whatever. But I got a little card draw off it. Archivist of Ogma. Flash, when opponent searches their library, gain 1 life and draw a card. Signed, Esper Sentinel. Cast a first non-creature spell each turn, and it can pay X where it's its power, otherwise I can draw a card. Don't really ever make it bigger than 1. It's one of those annoying things. Do you pay the 1? Do you pay the 1? Worm Coil Engine, a little lifelink guy in here. Pretty much just for that. Really like this art. I'm going to get signed by Carl Critchlow sometime, but it's just in there for the lifelink and the tokens. Spring Jack Shepherd comes in with Chroma. Equal to my devotion to white. I get 0 on white goat tokens. I have a foil I'm going to switch out eventually. Just got to find this from the mystery boosters. But Silver Coil Lecturus, one of the ways to get my big beefy guys out. Creature spells I have Demonstrate, where if I'm not mistaken, and probably wrong, but you tap creatures to help cast stuff, specifically permanents. Correct me if I'm wrong, I think it includes creatures, but might just be... I'm trying to think what the wording is for artifacts. I think it's a different type of word, but I am really clueless on that. I've never actually got to do it, and I hate whenever they don't put the reminder text, but sound off in the comments if you know what that means, because I sure don't right now. I have a foreign card I'm going to talk about coming up. I already forgot what it's called. We got Shattered Angel. Every time an ant lands battlefield and opponent's control can gain 3 life. Perfect amount for the Gaffer. Charming Prince, mainly for the gain 3 life ability. But I like bounces stuff too, depends on what I'm in the mood for. Rock's Faithbender, making my life gain twice as fast. Saracen, this is essentially a casual deck, but I have gotten a few games where this is pretty early out, and it's never fun for anybody else. I'm going to talk about this card last. We got our big beefy boys. We got Ulamog, the Ceaseless Hunger. I think this is a fair enough Eldrazi player. I really like the art on this. It's like the foil. I also have Zatalpa, another one of my favorite big beefy boys. Not the worst game enders. Even this one gets a lot of ire. But Zatalpa is also fun to see. This card, just because I'm drawing so much, I like the design of it. I'm not 100% up to date or knowledgeable about 40k, but the ability is really cool. Miracle, 5/5, lifelink's big, but when it dies, exile it in the top 6, shuffle it, and put it back on top of the library. So she never goes too far away. I kind of like that ability, especially with this deck where I'm drawing a bunch. I don't know, it just seemed thematically flavorful enough that I could find a good excuse to put it in. On to the enchantments. Beginning of each epistep, you gain 4 more life. Put a 4/4 angel on the battlefield. Monologue tax. Let's go talk about these both at the same time. Some other time on monologue tax. Big cards that people don't like, especially when you say your deck's casual. I always say it is casual, and it is. But for the most part, no matter how slow you're working, people hate these cards. I can't blame them, but these are here to get big beefy boys out. So, what can I say? They have to be in there. Mono White doesn't have that much great ramp and have a couple other things in there to help, but I'm not winning that quick with this. So it's not like, people just like to complain. Anywho, Blessed Sanctuary. Prevent all non-combat damage to be dealt to you and creature control. When a non-token creature is battlefield under my control, I can make a unicorn. Pretty neat. Ashes the Abhorrent. It's like crumbs of dust under some of these sleeves. Players can't cast spells from graveyards. Active availability to cards in graveyards. When a creature dies, they gain a life. One of the win cons. One of the big win cons. Test of Endurance. But you might keep if I have 50 more life, I win the game. It's fun. Cleric class. It's kind of neat. It helps you gain. If you gain 1 more. When you level it up, when you gain life, put a +1/+1 on counter creature you control. Comes level 3, turn card creature from the grave at the battlefield. You gain life equals toughness. It's kind of neat. That's usually getting one of my big guys back. Words of Worship. They send me you draw a card, gain life instead. I kind of like that with this. This is a really good include with the Gaffer. So like if I don't want to draw the card, I can just keep gaining life. Johnny's Welcome, little Enchantment Soul Sister. Creature in his battlefield on my control, gain life. Land tax with a little bit of ramp. I don't normally do this. Like if I get it out early enough, I might do it once or twice, but then it just sits there. And I'm told in CDH helps thin out your deck whether or not you actually want the basics. But I'm also like, this isn't CDH. I'll do what I want. Curse of Vitality. This is one that might get cut. It's one of those cards where like, yeah, enchant a player. When they're attacked, gain 2 life. Each opponent does the same. It's fine. This is one of my favorites in the deck. Got a real neat etched foil Solitary Confinement. Beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice unless you discard a card. I don't have draw step, I have Shroud. Prevent all damage to be dealt to me. So I'm gaining life no matter what with Gaffer. It's like a little pillow fort card. I really like it in this deck. I'm smiling if you can't tell, but... Also, I have one of my favorite cards in here, two people hate, but... Well of Lost Dreams. It's a Fibblethip art. You can't see him. He's in the poster. But when you gain life, you may pay X, or X is less than or equal to the amount of life you gained. Draw that many cards. Carrot Cake. When I finally started up, I didn't open too much Bloomberg, but I opened a decent amount. As soon as I saw this, I'm like, oh, you got to go in there because it's cute, it's dumb, I love it, and it's life gain. That 3, the magic number, we'll start singing De La Soul now, really helps out, and then getting tokens too. All around, fun card. One of my favorite cards ever made. The Ferris Puzzle Box. Shout out to Reversal Wizard and my puzzle buddies. Just helping everyone windmill through their deck. You don't discard. I think it's fair. You know? Pristine Talisman, making mana, gain a life. Got the Pearl Medallion. Got a busted copy here, but cleaned it up. Kind of revitalized it. I don't know. Still a little wonky, but you can't really feel it through the sleeves unless you're really looking. But I don't think anyone has a problem with that. Spellbook. Give me infinite hand size. I realize I don't have the one. I can't remember what it's called either. I have this one and the Decanter of Endless Waters, but I keep forgetting to get a copy of the other one. It's a Mana Rock Thought Vessel, I'm pretty sure. That needs to go in here too, but I keep forgetting to grab a copy. Got a Sweet Batterskull, signed by RK Post. It's one of my favorite cards. And I keep meaning to cut this, but just it's something about it. It has the lifelink. You can bounce it. It's useful enough that I can never justify cutting it. Cosmos Elixir, being your end step, draw a card for life total is greater than your starting life total, otherwise gain 2 life. So either way, I'm doing what I want to do. Another food, Olympus, Battlefield Scry, then draw, sack to gain 3, again magic number, and get to shuffle back into my library. Then we have the other WinCon, Aetherflux Reservoir. I think I was able to pull off one game, and it was very satisfying. I understand the hate it gets, but I love it, so I'm not going to ever stop playing it. Deck stat accounts. You know what I mean? I don't have to justify anything to you. On to the instants. I don't think there's anything in here I'm too confused about, but Swords of Plowshare and Path to Exile, I don't think I need introductions. Got the super cool foil promos, Lost to Legend. Got the neat etched promo. It's all my removal, pretty much. Got the cool Generous Gift. Oblation. I guess, let's talk about these a little more. Path to Exile, I don't need that. But you could put a non-land historic permanent. So commanders get tucked away. It's kind of fun, but you can put back to command zone. It's not that big a deal. Gift somebody a little elephant token. Kind of cool. Shuffle something in. Get and draw. Always fun. Afterlife, same thing. Destroying, but they get a little token. The tokens are a plus in this deck because I get to gain a life. You know what I mean? Healing Salve. I always get gunshot pronouncing it when I'm reading it. Target player gains 3 life. Hey, guess what's going to be me? I don't predict the damage. But that's a cool little instant if I want to draw a card. Somebody's going to blow up my commander. Well, then I don't get the active. That would be the end step, but you get what I mean. It's in there. Truce. I feel like, I don't know, little crumbs getting under my sleeve sometimes when I play with them, and it hasn't been a while. I get like, I don't know. I shouldn't eat snacks with my friends when I'm playing cards. Truce. Each player may drop 2 cards for each less card than 2. You gain 2 life. So what do I want to do? Draw 2 cards or gain 4 life and then draw a card anyway, right? Rebuff the Wicked. Oh, yeah, we got some counterspells in here. Almost forgot. Rebuff the Wicked, Mana Tithe, Lapse of Certainty, and that is something that should be canned before. Revitalize, gaining 3 life, drawing a card. Again, 3 life, draw another card. Little sneaky little counterspells in there, just in case. Again, this is a fairly casual deck. There's just some malarkey in it that I like. Sacred Nectar, gaining life. Gift of Estates, little ramp. Approach Second Sun, cast it, gain 7 life, put 7 from the top. Cast it again, you win the game. That's the other big main win con in here. I love this card. Wrath of God, little board wipe, and oh boy, I forget what this one's called. I want to say Fell the Mighty, but I know it's not Fell the Mighty. It's Destroy All Creatures, but gosh, which one is this? Oh, I'm drawing a blank, but comment below if you remember, because I sure don't. I have it on file, and I'm using my phone currently to record, and I know it's listed in there. I want to say Fell the Mighty, but I know it's not Fell the Mighty. Because I'm looking, I just got done looking at my damn D&D cards. Shoot. Ah, well. That's sorceries. Onto the utility lands for the most part. Makoko, everyone gets to draw a card. Marsh Flats. I don't know why I have this in here, I'll be honest with you. But I like it. I have enough life to pay to get an untapped land. It's going to be a Plains. War Room, one of my favorite cards. I love sticking it in my monocolor decks. Pun not intended. But it's a good one to have if you have monocolor. Pay 3 mana and a life. Draw a card. Ancient Den. Just really like this art. An extra copy put in my white deck. Reliquary Tower. I don't need to explain why I have it in there. Idyllic Range. Enters battlefield tap unless you have 3 or more other planes. Enters battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature control. When it comes in untapped, of course. Haunted Vengraph. Sacrifice to return a creature card from random to your graveyard to your hand. Oh, I like that card. Fair Basilica. Drawing a card, sack it. Rainy Forge. Entering the gain 2 life. Of course, you know me, I like mismatched lands, so all the planes, different arts, foils, foreign, what have ya. It's not too many, a couple repeats, but not too many. But that is the Gaffer. I don't like theming my basics, I guess I should say too, but it's one of my favorite decks. I like playing it. It's a good mid-tempo. We get to turn like 15 or 20. I'm doing some stuff. I don't feel like I'm not in the game if I'm not playing it real competitive, but it is a lot of fun. I got my little Grim token, making some treasures. So what do you think? Do you remember what that foreign card is? Because I sure as heck don't. I never know how to end these, so I guess I'll see you next time. Hope you liked it. Comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Check out my Twitter. That's where I post a lot. And until next time, love you.